Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings, the one place on the internet where all we talk about is how to get happy right now, how to take that next step in your personal life, and how to build a plan so that you enjoy the journey to get there. Hi, I'm your host, Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel medium and law of attraction expert, and I love to come live Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube. And I always start the show with a general channel message from Spirit. So that way, those of you who can't join live, you can come back and hear a personal message in the very beginning of the show. And those of you who are able to join live, I then dive into free mini reads for 30 minutes. After the 30-minute mark, that is when I do request and encourage super chat in the encouraged amount of $20 to either keep the show going or to make sure you get your personal read that day. But again, you could always wait until the next day. That's why I do this show 4 days a week. So you can wait till the next day and get into the free portion of it. And if it looks like we got Sheila here, hello. It looks like we got Heather here. Hi, guys. How are you? So if you're coming live, say hello. If you're watching the replay, say hello. Just let me know you watched the movie. It's way more fun for me the more engaged you guys are. And so without too much further ado, let's get to the general channel message from Spirit just to see what they've got for us. Well, you're at a bit of a fork in the road. You can choose to lean to embrace a little bit more positivity in your life, be a little more positive, feel a little more positive, or you can go back to the old, or you can go back to slow pace, stuck. What's keeping many of you from leaning into the new, leaning into the positive, is that you guys know how this works. And for those of you who don't have trust in the universe, you have a deep knowing within you that once you lean a little bit positive, you know it's only going to get more positive and more positive and more positive. And there's this underlying fear of, but can I sustain that happiness? Because I don't want to get up in happiness, then not be able to sustain it and crash back down. That will feel even worse than had I just stayed here the whole time. What we want to share with you guys and remind you guys is the better it gets, the better it gets. When you shift your vibration to feel a little more positive, you start to notice, oh, I do have this. Oh, I do have this to look forward to in the future. Oh, I do have this good, fun, filling thing. Oh, there's this book I can read. Oh, there's this person who called me. You'll start to be surrounded by more positive things. Right now, where you're at, to getting here, it would be a lot of emotional work every day to get that high. But that's why we always say the law of attraction isn't about quantum leaps, because we don't want you to have to spend 5 hours every day of meditating, journaling, positive focus lists to get up here. We want you to just every day notice 10 things that went well that day for you. Notice 10 things that went well for you, 10 things that you enjoyed. Then it's a building process. Think of it like lifting weights, guys. You're not going to overnight shift to pure positive happiness and then have to maintain it. And then how can you? You don't have a strong foundation. When you start to lift weights, you start at 5 pounds. You're there for a week or two. Then you go to 8 pounds. Then you go to 12. The same thing will be true for your happiness. I'm willing and open to see things a little differently. I'm willing and open to view things differently. I'm willing and open just to feel a little bit more positive. I'm willing and open to allow in a little bit more positivity into my life. I'm willing and open to allow myself to feel a little more positive. I'm willing and open to allow myself to begin to enjoy life in a whole new way. I'd like that. I'd like to enjoy life in a whole new way. I'd like to begin to feel positive and positivity in my life. I'd like for it to just be like a day by day kind of switch, just leaning 0.5% more into positiveness. Then there'll be one day where I'm just surrounded by things that I like. And that's where we want many of you to get. It's that it's not happiness, how do I sustain it? How do I keep it up? It's there'll be a day where I'm looking around and I'm going, I just love everything about my life. That's what it's gonna be like when you're happy. "Oh, no, it's good. Oh, I'm doing this later this week. Oh, I'm making this good thing today. Oh, I'm reading this good book right now." It's going to be normal and natural for you to be happy when you're there. There's no point of dreading the journey to get there. You're just a little more positive, a little more positive. So we would like to help each of you just lean a little bit more into what it is you desire to feel how good it will feel when you have it here and just lean into a little bit more allowing of it coming in because it's coming in one way or another. You might as well enjoy the journey as you get there. That's our wish for you guys to hear today. Hey, Antoinette, what's up? Antoinette's got first. How are you this morning, Antoinette? So, who's still live? Say hello. What did you think of the general? And of course, we can comment on the general. What are you guys going towards? What are you allowing in a little bit more positivity on? Or we can also just chat about your personal reads today. Man, today's a quiet show. Where is everyone? I like the view of allowing to be happy little by little. Yeah, I remember that coming up in one of our one-on-one sessions, Antoinette. And I think there's a little bit when I feel into how to stay positive and the steps to take. Um, Sheila, I will definitely be very happy to answer that question. I'm going to focus a little bit on Antoinette right now. I already started picking up on her energy, but I'll definitely come back to that. Good question. Oh, looks like Constance might be watching a little bit. Hi. Um, okay, I like the view of allowing to be happy little by little. So the frustration vibration within you is a lot lessened. So that's one thing. Sheila, this is definitely going to help answer your question as well, by the way. One way to be how do you stay positive and the steps to take? Sometimes when you have negative momentum going in your life, loss of a job, grief, car accident, just something bad that happened, it's not about trying to see the positive of the situation. It's about slowing the momentum of the negative. So that's just keep that in mind, Sheila, over there on Instagram. So Antoinette, so like the vibration of frustration has greatly reduced. Some of the frustration and irritation is coming from I just want this one thing because I know when this one thing comes in, I will be happy. And it's frustrating though if that topic happens to be a hot topic for you. So for you, it's the life partner. And it can feel frustrating when you switch from focusing on the topic that you want and you go, okay, I'm going towards the best friend. So Sheila, hear all of this because all of this is great tips for you too. It's okay, I'm focusing on building a mom circle of friends. I'm focusing on calling in the mom best friend. Because in that journey, Antoinette, you're going to start to be happier and feel happier than like 60, 70, 80% of the people around you. So there is that transition point where you're like one foot in the old, one foot in the new. For you, that will look like, oh man, this is really cool. I have a mom friend who just kind of gets me. We always do one cool, fun outing with our daughters a week. And I could also call her and talk to her about like my stuff too. Since you're not fully in the new vibe yet, there'll also be people, oh, well, that must be nice. Oh, well, how good for you to have that. Oh, I guess you're just better than us. But there'll be a tipping point when you're able to lean into, well, I feel sorry that they don't have it. I wish for them to have it. It does feel good. It does feel good. I do like this companionship I have going on. I do like the activities I get to do with my friend. I do love that we have what's in common is raising our daughters, and as adults, we have a friendship too. It does feel good. I do want to do more fun activities with her and keep planning them. Then you're not even going to notice those people. What it will be like instead is when you're in your circle of like mom friends that you have going on, they'll be, oh, yay, like Antoinette and so is here. Oh my God, they're the best of friends. It's so sweet. Oh my God, they always make us the best muffins when they come in. It'll be people who like celebrate and cherish your friendship, whether they have a best friend themselves or not. It'll be, oh my God, that's just such a beautiful reminder of what having a best friend can be like. And so, Antoinette, do you see how good it could be? Do you see how good you could allow it to be? And Sheila, from our point of view, we'll focus more on you later, but it is just are you open to allowing yourself to feel a little bit better? If you are, you'll be able to state, I'm open to feeling a little bit better, and you'll feel a sense of relief in your body. But Antoinette, do you see how you can lean into the I do like life better when I have a best friend. My best friend is cool. Not I want a friend who this. My best friend is cool. We get along so well. We stay in communication a lot. I like that steady connection and communication. I like that steady companionship. I love having someone that when I find something fun, I've got someone to go with that I know is just like this is the coolest thing ever. Thanks for finding it, Antoinette. Well, I'll drive us there. You found it. That mutual recipro- the mutualness of both people pouring into making something happen. Do you see how that's where you're going, Antoinette? And there'll be a tipping point where you're like, oh, I just wish if someone says something negative, I'll be, oh, universe, help them. If what's truly in alignment for them is a best friend, help them, make it easy for them. I'm gonna go call my friend and talk about this meme I just saw. You in that process being willing to prioritize your happiness and being willing to hold on to I am happier than other people. Do you see how that's what will more easily allow in the life partner, the person who's actually helping keep the household easier? So that way you'll be able to do your girls' night. Like with your friend, it will be, oh yeah, us together, we combine and we get it all done. So we do have time to bring the muffins to girls' night. Don't worry that you ladies can't. We know what it's like to be single. Don't worry, we got it. You're going to switch to, oh, I didn't have to do any of the cleaning. So yeah, I did bring a cake and muffins. I had the time to bake it. I'm so glad you ladies like it. And they're asking, do you see? Good morning, Concha. What's up? How are you? Oh, yes, I see. So do you see how that just being able to go, oh, I see that? That was you slightly leaning into being more positive. Oh, I do see how the path I'm on can get me to where I want to go. That's going to allow you to line up and commit even more um, to enjoying it. And then, of course, when you're out having fun with your friend, laughing with your daughters, that's when other people who are happy will notice you and be like, what do they got going on? I want to say hi. What you ladies out celebrating today? Okay, so any questions or comments on that, Antoinette? And Sheila, did you hear anything in that message that kind of helped you a little bit? And I will get a point to where I purely focus on you as well. Can you tell me if I want a slower, quicker pace? I've been going by back and forth. Oh, Sheila, this will help you too. Do you want the fast path to being happy? Do you want the slow pace? Okay, well, Antoinette, can you see yourself being exactly where you're at in a year from now? Yes or no? Because there does just hit this point where you're in vibrational alignment and there he is. You walk right into him. And then it's yeah, we met and we just always stayed in contact. And then, 6 weeks later, we were like, let's date. Um, so it is just that switch with, Oh, that's my best friend, you know? Because whenever something's been in alignment and you've had those manifestations, oh, I found the manufacturer, they sent me samples, I got the first person to announce it, and I got my first orders, and then I figured out how to mail it. And then I figured out I didn't want it. Okay. This time next year I'll have a mom friend and in a relationship. Okay. So when you said that though, did it feel good in your chest? Okay, so then don't say that. You know, in a year from now, even though I don't see how it's possible, ooh, that chocolate drink is a little strong. Gosh, when I think about my future, and if a year from now, it would certainly be nice to be in a relationship, to be in a relationship. In a year from now, it would certainly be nice to have deeper, more fulfilling, more connected relationships. It would be nice. It would be incredibly nice to have good connection and good companionship. When I say those, do those bring up the bad feeling or are they kind of a little more neutral? And Sheila, this is a good lesson. It's the way you speak. And cuz like there's your word and there's the vibration. So you can't law of attraction isn't I'm saying this, do I get it? Law of attraction responds to the emotions that you're emitting, which we just call vibrations. Okay, neutral. So neutral's better. So that's how you want to word it. Yeah, a year from now, I think I can get my act together to spend more time on finding good friendships, good companionships, and I think I could let in love a year from now. I think that's possible. Did that feel bad, neutral, or slightly positive? Who's the other person alive? Is it Concha? Slightly positive. So that's how you want to speak about it then. This is in my Law of Attraction course, the step 4 videos. I think I can definitely get my act together in a year from now to allow in a best friend and to allow in some romance. Who wouldn't want a kiss on their cheek? Who wouldn't want a babe? We're home. Who wouldn't want to be holding hands, walking down the street? Who wouldn't want someone fun to take vacations with? Who wouldn't want family vacations? Of course, I think I can allow that in within a year's time frame. Gosh, is there a way that I could feel more eager and enthusiastic about this journey? I wonder how my inner being views this and tap into it. How does your inner being view it, Antoinette? I wonder how my inner being views where I'm at right now. I wonder how my inner being views the journey to get there. And then feel it if you could tap into it, Antoinette. Yay, Concha. All right, I'm gonna risk it again, guys. I'm gonna take another sip of this strong chocolate drink. So, Sheila, do you kind of see how it's sometimes you got to play with how you word the topic? I think in a year from now, I could allow, like, in a year from now, I think I could be happier than where I'm at right now. That's definitely possible. Sometimes you got to play with the way you word it until you go, well, that one felt bad. What's another way I could word it? Well, that one feels not as bad. It feels less bad. Okay, so I'm on the right track. Is there another way I could word it where it feels less bad? Can I get to neutral? Do you kind of see how that's like how you word things and view about them? And I do promise to focus on you, Sheila. Oh, we got Alika in the house. What's up? And Karina. Karina, if you watch the replay, I remember Spirit gave you that proud homework. Write a list every day of like things that you noticed you were proud. Like, how's that working out for you, girl? Write in the comments. Um, okay, so oh yeah, I feel it. I don't have words for it. Okay, okay. How does my inner being view where I'm at right now? I'm in a good place. This is a perfect launching pad to get to my next step. It's a good place to be in a place of wanting more, desiring more. It's a good stable foundation to take my next step. It's a good foundation to allow in a little more. Yeah, I'd like to allow in a little bit more. How does my inner being view the journey to get to where I want to be? Oh gosh, this is exciting. Oh gosh, that will be so good and so fun. Oh gosh, that is why I did come into a human body because I wanted to be experiencing things like that. Oh gosh, when I'm getting kissed every day, when I'm getting when I'm getting picked up and twirled, and when I have my best friend to call, you would not believe the sweet thing he did for me. Oh my gosh, it is so exciting and so enthusiastic. I feel eagerness. I feel eagerness. Okay, and so hold on, the spirit guides want to say something else to you. Antoinette, to answer your question, should I go at a slow pace or a quick pace? Let go of control. Let go of trying to dictate everything. I'd like to be there. And I'd like it to feel like a gentle unfolding. I'd like to be so grounded and present in the moment that I don't even notice the absence of what it is I do desire. It's like I'll be viewing the world with a whole new set of eyes. I'll just see that the sparkle. I'll feel the warmth of the sun. I'll hear the birds chirping. I'll find cool things to do. Liv and I will start having ridiculously more fun than we've ever had before. And when the friend comes in, it's just going to be smooth, normal, and natural when they come in. So our last little bit for you before we go on to the next person, Antoinette. There's a little bit of a fear of these people will come in and disrupt your life and will disrupt the current good thing you've got going on. So, number one, you need to be in a place of appreciation, enjoying the good thing you've got going on. Two, you need to recognize you're not going to backslide. You're not going to let anyone let you backslide anymore. You know how to process your emotions. You know when to take a break. You know when to let things cool. You know when to regulate your nervous system. You know when to take forward action. All you're doing right now is allowing a little positivity and having some self compassion, self love, understanding. I get why I think that when they come in, they might derail me. I have previous past experiences of that. So I understand where that fear is coming from. And it's going to be different this time because I'm pre-pavings for smoothness, for kindness, for gentleness, for specialness, for delightfulness, for eagerness, for excitement, for mutually sharing of a mutually beneficial experience. I'm no longer going to let anyone else hold my dream in their hands, and I'm going to allow myself to create it and enjoy it. Do you see how that's what's coming up for you? And they're saying they want to go to Sheila next. So Sheila, write me a sentence or two about what you heard, what you're feeling right now, what you're thinking right now. If your question is still the same, how do you stay positive and the steps to take? That's fine, but just give me a little bit where you're at now after hearing this for a little bit. Oh, and guys, I am available for personal readings right now. Although if you are in my OG club, remember you get an OG price. I have that special link for you guys. So if you're in my OG club, if you want to pay full price, you absolutely can. But you could also get a one-on-one at a special inclusive rate. I'm doing a good job. It feels like this is the right place to be in. Yes, that's alignment, Antoinette, right there. You've just had a journey to get back into alignment. Alignment is this is right where I'm supposed to be. This is right where I'm pointed in the right direction. That's number on that emotional guidance list. That's number 7. Content. I'm right where I need to be. I'm doing a good job. I feel much better. Okay, perfect. So who else is live? What are your questions and comments? I'm not seeing Sheila write anything. So who else is live? What are your questions and comments? Hey. Oh, trying new things but not getting results, trying to get back homeostasis and heal. Contra, feel free to comment too. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm willing to admit I no longer like the way that things are going. So when you ask how to stay positive and steps to take, you're definitely at a place of slowing the momentum, Sheila. I'm at a point in life where I recognize that I don't like everything that's going on in my life. And that's okay. It's okay to be right where I'm at because what's better is that I'm actually admitting that I don't like where I'm at. So that lets me know that I want to point a different way and get a different result in life. A different result in life. That would feel good. A different result in life. That would feel really good because if I had a different result in life, I would be enjoying life a little bit differently. Oh, that word, I would be enjoying life a differently. Gosh, that would feel good. That would feel really good. Allowing myself to somehow magically allow in a little bit of enjoyment in life. Heck, I'd even like to become aware of the things that would bring enjoyment into my life. And I'd like to easily have the time to do them. I'd like to easily have the time to take part in them. I'd like to find the right things at the right time, at the right place. And I think I'd really like to start getting good results. I'm open and willing to do my part. I'm open and willing to shift. I'm open and willing to behave differently, to act differently. As long as it's authentic to me and I feel like I'm being true to myself, I feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. Gosh, that would feel really good to feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. And this is just the perfect place to take that next step in life. I'm eager to allow in a little bit more life as long as it's something that helps me enjoy more. I'm ready to enjoy more. So that means I'd like to start taking actions that yield me results that I like. So I want to be in a place where I'm getting the ideas of the action to take. I'd like to be in a place where I'm receiving good feeling things from the action I take. I'm ready to be experiencing results and I would like for the results to feel good. Do you kind of see, Sheila, a little bit of the my law of attraction like explains this and breaks it all down completely. I don't know if you want access to that course and you could buy it, do it yourself, you could always just come back to my show too. If you hang out with me on YouTube, I do it every day. Um, I switch between Instagram and Facebook on my phone. So you could always join more for the show. You could always do the course. You buy the course, do it yourself. It walks you through it step by step, law of attraction, how to slowly change your point of attraction to get a different result in life. Or you could also buy it with the mastermind where you get on live calls with me every week. Um, but you kind of see how I'm talking about it in a way that's true and authentic to where you're at without aggravating the negative anymore and slowly pointing towards. I'd like to feel a little bit better in life. I'd like to be enjoying things. I would like to feel trying to get back to homeostasis and heal. Your words, thoughts, emotions, when you think them long enough, they become your belief system about life. Your belief system is what manifests and attracts things in. So if the foundation though is what you say and how you feel, I'm trying to get back to homeostasis. You're going to be in a vibration of trying, which is why you're not getting results. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying. Look at me. I'm trying. You're going to attract in more and more things that you can try because the universe is like, oh, she's trying. Oh, she wants more things to try. Well, you can try this. You can try this. Try that. Try this. And you're over there like, this isn't getting me the result I want. So, what's the result that you want? If you were at homeostasis, and I break this down step by step in my law of attraction course, if you were at homeostasis, what would you be thinking? What would you be feeling? What would you be doing? And feel free to answer this in there. Um, if I were at homeostasis, I would feel balanced. So instead of I'm trying to get back to homeostasis, it's balance, balance. I'm ready to feel balanced. I'm balanced. Balance would feel so good. My mind would be calm. My mind would be calmer. I'd be able to think things through easier. I would be able to to probably handle a little bit more and do a little bit more in life. I'd be able to take greater steps forward. If I had a balanced mind, gosh, that would be so nice and that would feel so good. Yeah, is this helping you, Concha? um, if I was at homeostasis, I would feel like, and go ahead and type to me because then I can include the words that you say in the rampage that I'm doing for you. If I were at homeostasis, I feel like I'd be able to take better care of my health. I feel like I'd be able to focus more on the friends that I do have. I feel like I'd be able to focus more on finding fun things for us to do. I feel like I would be able to allow in more friends. Okay, so does that kind of like make sense? And then when you say the word and heal, that's coming from an extremely damaged place. And I get it, okay? I've been depressed, I've been it all. But when you say I'm trying to heal, again, yeah, I already told you that. You're going to keep finding new things you can do to try to heal instead of if I were healed, I would feel. If I were healed, I would be doing these things. And then for each of them, if I were doing these things, I would feel. You got to get your focus on what it is you do want. If I were healed, I would feel whole and complete. If I felt whole and complete, I would feel good about myself. If I felt whole and complete, I would be having fun people to do fun things with. If I were healed, I would be thinking about what are the next things that I would like to allow in versus something that happened to me in a previous chapter of my book, right? Sometimes there has to hit a point where you say, that chapter of my life was not fun and I'm never going to be satisfied in it. Where a lot of people get stuck is they try to turn something that was unsatisfying into something that was satisfying. If I think about it long enough, I'll somehow find a way to view it in a positive way. It's not about trying to turn every single thing into something positive. It's more about your ability to stay aligned with yourself. That feels bad. This feels good. I want to lean more into what feels good and go that direction. So that's kind of your homework. If I were getting results, here's how I would feel. If I were getting results, here are the things I would be doing. If I were doing those things, here's how I would feel. And you put your focus on that, and then that's what changes your vibration to get you a different result. If I were at homeostasis, and journal this out, because when you journal I read that stuff like 20 years ago. It hits a different part of your brain when you journal it out. And then like to actually be able to articulate it on paper, it requires a lot more cognition. So if I were at homeostasis, my emotions would be balanced. I would be a little more even keel all throughout the day. I would be able to enjoy conversations better. Okay, so you got it. You kind of got your homework. Okay, we're past the 30-minute mark, but let's see. Concha, where are you at? I would love a message from spirit, having lots of emotions today. Where are you at right now, given what you just heard me say to Sheila? Love the rampage. And everyone, I'm available for personal readings right now. YouTube, I put the link in the comments. Instagram, the link is in the bio. If you guys want the law of attraction course, just either send me an email or DM me and I'll get you the link to that. There's lots of ways we can work together more in depth, or you could always come back to the show Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube every day. And then on my phone, I like to switch between Facebook and Instagram. So lots of ways to stay connected, some free, some paid. I would love a message from spirit, having a lot of emotions today. Love the rampage. I feel emotions coming up and processing them. I love these rampages. Keep going. I feel much more balanced from the rampages. Yeah. Oh, okay, Concha. Concha. What we need you to understand and we need you to see is that you are going through lots of transitions in life right now, which means a lot of emotions will come up. Identifying your emotions, processing them, doing rampages to change them isn't your strongest suit. You have other suits that are a lot stronger than Kelly has those suits in her life. So if it's not self-love is taking an accurate assessment of who you are, where you're at, where you want to go, what do you need to get there? So if you are making a transition into being perceived respectfully, being respected, being more professional? Can you have the self love to, okay, this is a big shift for me. This is a big change for me. I'm going to allow in myself 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day to sit and write about how I feel. I'm going to take 10, 20, 30 minutes a day to practice with the Gotham emotion wheel and go, start with the inner circle. I feel mad. No, I feel sad. No, I feel, oh, this one. Then go to the second circle. You're going to need to take more time, Concha. Almost not quite daily, but almost on a daily basis to just kind of help identify it. You've seen Kelly at many stages throughout her life, some flying high, some flying medium, some flying low, sometimes completely stuck, depressed, despair. And a lot of that slowdown for her was that there were so many emotions all at once that it was, this is too many to identify. As she, after a couple years, she's like, okay, I don't want to stay stuck here for forever. She started opening up to, oh, I feel this about that. I felt this about that. I felt this about that. Then there was the floodgate of emotions. She had to take the time. Now that she's let enough of those emotions out, she is at a point where it's a, do I want to keep identifying emotions from the past or do I want to start leaning more into the future? But you can only kind of get to that crossroads if you get to the neutral point. Getting to the neutral point is, I do feel overwhelmed about this change. I do feel a little sad that I sometimes feel like I have to be, what's that saying? A bat out of the gate. I feel a little sad that I felt a little bit more positive and I went gung ho into studying. And today I didn't feel gung ho about studying. It's more about slowly ticking the meter to become the person who builds the routine to get everything done that you want to get done than it is about overnight, I'm the person who studies and reads every day. Because in that, when it felt good, it was an alignment to study and read every day. Then there comes the emotions of overwhelm of like, oh my God, I don't remember what I read yesterday. Oh my God, am I dumb? Am I stupid? I have to reread some of what I read yesterday. So if you were to recognize I'm an emotional being, it's not my strongest suit. I need to take the time to, I do feel a little silly that I can't remember what I just read yesterday. Oh, I feel so frustrated. It feels like I'm never going to get ahead. It feels like this journey is going to take forever. And I don't like how that feels. That feels yucky. That feels icky. And I just want to get there because I know how good it will feel. And I've had those synchronistic moments where it just feels like a red carpet's rolled out before me. So I know what this can look like and feel like. And it feels so frustrating that I'm not there. Process the emotions and then go, okay, I can understand why I feel frustrated that I forgot some of what I read yesterday. I'm either going to have to then make your new plan. Kelly's literally practicing a new routine every week to see how it's working out for her. Last week, she tried 6 a.m. Then she was like, oh, wait, this is a little rough. She's like, I'm going to try 7 a.m. this week. Monday, Tuesday, 7 a.m. was much easier to wake up, felt more natural, felt more gentle. She has yet to get the things done, though, that she needs to get done. So she's like, I might have to go back to 6 a.m. So there might be a processing of your emotions. There might be a, okay, I'm just going to have to accept that I might have to reread some of what I've read. Just count in that in my hour a day I now set studying, some of it will be to glance over topics, reread some of it. Some of the time will be about new content. Some of it might be, I'd like to retain this more universe. How do I do that? You then might be guided to continue reading every day, but then you might be guided to a how to study better, how to take better notes. When Kelly was in middle school, our school growing up, she would, you would read a chapter, and in the chapter, every couple of paragraphs, the authors of the book would then ask you a couple questions. You were able to answer them. If not, you went back and reread it until you could answer it. Maybe that's a practice you need to implement. After every chapter I read, I'm going to write in a couple sentences what I learned. That would help you retain it more. I'm going to read this and maybe I'm going to Google sample questions about real estate knowledge. And then, oh, these are all ones from chapters I'm reading. Makes sense, Concha? Karina, you made it. I actually asked you a question earlier in the show. I'm going to say bye to Instagram. Bye, Instagram. Karina, if I'm remembering correctly, Spirit gave you, ooh, Spirit gave you a practice quite a few weeks ago. And wasn't it about making a list of things you're proud of? I feel like I've raised from anger to something else. I'm not upset, but feel disappointed. Thank you. Concha, go ahead and oh, we are after the 30-minute mark, guys. Um, oh well. Um, yeah, Karina, am I remembering correctly? Is that the practice they gave you? It was about everything that I felt proud about. I remember them giving you a practice like a good 3 weeks ago, and they're just kind of like, how's that going? How's that going for her? I might be remembering the practice wrong. Yeah, Concha, I hope that helps. Take notes, ask yourself sample questions. And I'm sure if it's not in the book, like sample questions to make sure for understanding or comprehension. There's probably somewhere on the internet or chat GPT with what are good questions to make sure I understand the material from this book. So you know what I mean, Concha? It's just going to have to be a continual slight evolution of who you are that day and that week until you know, like I'll just use me as an example. I'm going to practice with different routines, you know, because I want to wake up, I want to meditate, I want to regulate my nervous system, I want to meditate, I want to go on a walk, I want to do a cardio workout, I want to call my uncle, I want to make sure to write on my book, I want to make sure. So I'm finding that what is the perfect time for me to wake up? I mean, it might have to be 6 a.m. and I might just have to get used to it and adjust to, I'm now the person who wakes up to an alarm at 6 a.m., which then means the evening before, you know, the only times that was really hard for me is when the evening before I wasn't on my evening routine. So I'd have to be okay, if I want this result, I feel into what it would feel like to have what I would want. And in order to get there, I need to rearrange these things to get there. So that's all you're doing right now, Concha. I've been journaling, not probably that specifically, but verbally expressing gratitude. It's been a rough few weeks, but trying to work through regulating the emotions. Dang, Karina, get into my mastermind if you can. It'd be so good to have you in there. Karina, the replay will be awesome, and there are some good rampages on balance. Yeah, this whole you would really like this episode, Karina. It was all about like that. And there was a lady on Instagram who asked, "How do I find homeostasis? How do I heal?" So there was a lot of rampages on that. Karina, it's really about Karina. We don't quite know how to state it to you. It is about the vibration of proud, because when you're proud of who you are, then you're an attractive partner. When you're proud of who you are, then you begin to expect more for yourself out of life, jobs, income, lovers. It's really about activating the vibration of proud within you. Because what's happening, and you would like the replay, we talk a lot about jumping too far ahead. You focusing on appreciation is you trying to force the manifestation. I just need to get to appreciation and then it will flow and then he will commit, because then I'll be happy enough and then he'll. But what's lacking is an active vibration of being proud of yourself. And being proud of yourself doesn't mean you're at the end goal. Kelly wants to get into, here's my workout schedule, here's my workout routine. And now she's hitting a little bit of like, oh my God, I forgot Mondays is girl nights, Tuesdays is trivia. Okay, last week I was lifting weights in the morning, but I wanted to switch to evening before this reason. Now I'm finding in the evening, Mondays and Tuesdays, I can't do it. Okay, so what is my new routine then? It's being proud of herself for, I'm experimenting with different routines because there's a difference between the person who's not and the person who is and the person who's got it all. This person's like, "Oh yeah, I'm successful, life is great. Woohoo, let's just have fun, let's party." This person, the first one is, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get to homeostasis. I'm just trying to regulate my emotions. I'm just trying to feel better." The middle person is, "Yeah, right now I'm like kicking up my career, I'm ramping up business, and I'm just kind of playing with different routines right now to figure out what's the best one for me. So I just have that morning routine that really wakes me up and gets me in the right mood. And then just kind of figuring out what's the good schedule for me, making sure I'm getting social time in there too." Of the three, do you see how two-thirds is attractive? One third is kind of like oh, let's see if they get their act together. So it kind of is about I'm finding a new way to experience my emotions. I'm discovering and finding out and experiencing a new way to be with my emotions, to experience them, to feel them, to express them. If you view emotions as, I just need to regulate my emotions, you're working against your emotions instead of allowing yourself to embrace them and feel them. I feel overwhelmed. I feel sad. I feel distraught. This thing that I want might disappear out of my life. I hate that I feel so desperate for this one thing to work out. I hate that I don't have a lot of plethora of options. It doesn't feel good to not be in a place of abundance. I don't like that. Oh, well, I guess I would like to be in a place of abundance then, where I've got a lot of fun stuff going on in my life, where I've got oh, I'd love to hang out and go on a date with you. Oh my God, every Tuesday I have to take the Zumba class though. It's so good. I've got my Zumba friends there and I just always feel so enlivened afterward. It really just helps me feel so good for the whole week. Can we like do this date any other day this week? That's the place you want to be, Karina. And they're asking, do you see? Definitely. Okay, Spirit, is there anything? No, that's a good place to be at. They want to work with you. You want to work with Karina more? Yes, 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 we do. But today, that's as far as she can get. But we'd love to work with her more. All right, guys, what a beautiful high vibe morning. I just did a weekly all signs zodiac message that is up on YouTube. So check that out if you want. And if you would like a personal reading, the link is kellylunt.com/ work with me. I just dropped a link in the replay comments. But I hope you all have a good day and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.